Did Jungkook just drop a massive hint about his solo tour? Or was it all hidden behind that hilarious expression? Why did he suddenly look shocked, then burst into giggles, then pose like he was hiding something? What's going on and what exactly is he not telling us? Before you dive into the full story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your theories, your favorite Jungkook reactions, and your predictions about his possible solo tour. You might be the one who catches the hidden clue everyone else missed. The live stream had barely begun when Jungkook's smile flickered into view on millions of screens around the world. ARMYs were already typing furiously, hearts racing with excitement, eyes glued to their phones or laptops, trying not to miss a single blink or gesture from the man who never ceases to surprise them. But no one, absolutely no one, expected that moment to come so suddenly and to carry so many hidden messages behind it. It all started with a simple question, or rather, a barrage of questions. Jungkook, when is your solo tour? Where are you going first? Will it be in Korea? The US? Will there be surprises? Are you coming with someone? The chat was overflowing, the questions overlapping like waves crashing in a storm. And then just as he leaned closer to read more clearly came that question. It wasn't special at first glance. Oppa, when is your solo tour? But what followed was a moment that felt frozen in time. Jungkook stopped, his eyes widened, his mouth slowly twisted into what could only be described as the beginning of a mischievous grin before it transformed into a hilariously exaggerated, shocked face. His eyebrows arched so high they nearly disappeared under his bangs, his lips parted, and his jaw dropped, a cartoon-like gasp escaping his mouth. He clutched his chest with one hand, leaned back, and blinked dramatically as if the question had personally attacked him. The comments exploded. Why is he acting like that? Jungkook, what are you hiding? You look guilty, lol. Is that a confession? But he wasn't done. After that over-the-top reaction, he tried to compose himself barely. His shoulders were shaking from silent laughter. He covered his mouth with the sleeve of his hoodie, his ears already turning red. That trademark bunny grin returned, and he looked straight into the camera, eyes sparkling with a mix of amusement and something else. Was it nerves? Then came the whisper, barely audible, but unmistakable. ARMYs, why are you always so sharp? He didn't say yes, he didn't say no, but something about the way he bit his lip, glanced sideways, then looked down as if reviewing something in his head, made everyone watching lean forward, holding their breath. There was something more here, a truth dancing on the edge of his lips, a plan tucked somewhere in his chest, a promise half spoken, half kept. But instead of revealing more, Jungkook suddenly changed the subject. Did you see Bam today? He asked innocently, as if his face hadn't just revealed 1,000 unspoken things, as if his smile hadn't trembled with secrets, as if he hadn't just indirectly confirmed something that fans had only been guessing for months. It was clear. IRMY was not letting go. He sighed playfully, rubbing his face with both hands, cheeks slightly pink. Oh, what do I do with you guys? He mumbled, and then gave another look. Not a funny one this time, a soft one, one that said, I'm planning something. I want it to be perfect, and I want it to be for you. Then the clues started stacking up. Actually, he said, scratching the back of his neck, I've been working a lot lately, different stuff, not just recording. Some things, you'll see soon. That was it. That was the nail in the coffin. Fans knew immediately. It wasn't just about songs or photo shoots. It was bigger. Jungkook doesn't usually hint unless he's bursting to say more. He doesn't accidentally pause on a word like soon without reason. His voice had dipped a little lower. His eyes flickered. And then he smiled again, the goofy one, the one that he uses to distract. Let's eat ramen together next time I go live, okay? He said, completely derailing the topic. But no one forgot. The live lasted just under an hour, filled with chaotic energy. Random songs hummed under his breath, silly filters applied to his face, including one that gave him cat ears, which he refused to remove for a solid 5 minutes, and hilarious sound effects that made him giggle like a child. But nothing, not even the dance moves he suddenly started doing midway, could beat that moment when he was caught off guard by RMY's tour question. And honestly, it wasn't just the expression that made it memorable. It was the silence that followed. It was the flicker in his gaze. It was the emotion that rushed into his eyes when he realized how much Army cared. It was the way he quietly whispered, "You really want to see me, huh?" That's when things turned tender. Suddenly, the loud, energetic live stream softened. Jungkook looked down for a long time, fingers fiddling with the edge of his hoodie. He breathed in deep and exhaled slowly. "You know," he said, almost like talking to himself, "I really miss being on stage." No one spoke. The chat still moved, but the energy had changed. Everyone was holding onto his every word. "I miss the lights, the screaming, the feeling of seeing you with my own eyes," he continued. "That feeling of standing there and knowing that you're really there, cheering, laughing, crying. It's something you can't replace. Not even with a screen like this." Then, softly again, "So, maybe one day soon. Just wait a little longer, okay?" And just like that, the floodgates opened. Fans began crying, spamming hearts, typing in all caps how proud they were, how patient they'd be, how much they missed him, and how much they'd wait, no matter how long it took. But Jungkook, he just gave another funny face, crossed his eyes, puffing his cheeks, turning the moment back into laughter again. "Don't cry," he said, trying to lighten the mood. "You're going to make me cry too." Yet the truth remained. He didn't deny the tour. He didn't confirm it outright either. But the look that flashed on his face the second the question was asked had already said everything. Was it a plan still being finalized? Was he waiting for the right moment to tell the world? Or was he just enjoying the thrill of teasing Army? No one could say for sure. But what we do know is this: Jungkook's expressions are not random. And that reaction, that laugh, that fake shock, that tiny smile slipping through his serious mask was real. It came from somewhere, and it means something. So now, the question remains: what does Jungkook have in store for us? When will he finally say the words we're all waiting to hear? For now, we wait. We rewatch that moment. We analyze his every blink, his every micro-expression. We read between the lines of his silence. We whisper to each other in comments and group chats. Did you see the way he reacted? That's not just a coincidence. He's hiding something, right? And until he finally says it out loud, we'll hold on to that funny face, that dramatic reaction, that glimmer of truth behind the humor. Because sometimes, the loudest confessions come disguised in laughter. And maybe, just maybe, Jungkook's face told us more than his words ever could.